Welcome back to this series on automating your bookkeeping in QuickBooks Online. We are looking at step number 2, change your processes from manual to digital. This is where the rubber meets the road, and we are specifically looking at one section as it relates to money coming in. We want to make sure we start emailing all of our invoices. We don't want to just create invoices and mail them. That slows the whole process down, and it is tedious. So let's just email those invoices. We can get this to move very, very quickly. All right, so let's do that right now. So I'm going to shoot out to QuickBooks and to our test account. So in order to get where we want to go, I am going to look on the left side here. I want to go to sales and I want to create an invoice. So I'm going to click on invoices, and you're going to see I already started one down here, and this is one we're going to use. But if you need to create a new one, you just create invoice right here. All right, so I'm going to click on that, and in this instance I'm going to edit the invoice. All right, so what I did was I added our company as a customer. I also entered in my email address, and in QuickBooks now you can actually edit the customer while you're in the invoice, which is very handy. All right, so let's click on edit customer, make sure that my email address is here, and then if you have some street address, those kinds of things you need to put in here, you can do so. I'll click the X. I don't want to do that in this particular video. And next we're going to enter in our products and services, which this video is really not going to cover that. If you think that we need to be doing a video for that, that would be helpful to you, just leave us some notes or comments or email me, and I'd be happy to do a video specifically on that. In this case, I used the default sales product and service. I think I typed in services here, and I put in a rate and the amount. All right, so some other things you can do, you can manage your invoice. So I'm going to click on that here, which is actually open. Slide this out of the way, and you'll see the status of the transaction. So it will give you, QuickBooks gives you the ability to see kind of where you are in the process and whether or not a customer or client has seen the invoice, but we'll get to that in a minute. You can customize this with the ship to service dates, your products and services. You can have them show, not show. If you have SKUs, you can have that in there. And in some cases, depending on your subscription to QuickBooks, you can put custom fields in there. You also have payment options, which we're not going to get into in this video. We'll get into it in a separate video so that we can keep these short. And then you have design, which if you want to edit and design your templates, you have a little bit of flexibility in creating your templated invoicing for your customers. Put your logo on some things, maybe change up the color a little bit. This is where you would do that. And once you have it set, then you just pick the design that you have. So in this case, standard will work for us. And then there's scheduling, which we are also going to do another video. This is part of this automation process that we have available to us, is you can do recurring invoices. So you can even set up for recurring payments. All right, so just keep that in mind. We're not going to do that here. We're just simply emailing these invoices out. All right, so I'm going to click on manage, which will close that. So once we're satisfied with the invoice as is, we're going to click on review and send. All right, and this is what it looks like. It's going to be from your QuickBooks account, basically. You have the option, you'll see because we had the email address for the customer in the invoice, it's going to pop up there, and we can also add carbon copies and blind carbon copies as well. And once you enter that in, it should stay in there for you. So just be aware that that's an option. And we have our subject. You can change any of this information. You can customize it a little bit more. They give you some different options that you can do that. And you can also customize your message as well. So you can do one-offs, and then you can also, when you're doing the templates for your invoices, you can actually template what you want your message to be on all invoices. So you can standardize that process if you want. All right, so you kind of see a sample of what the customer will see. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send this invoice out so you can see what it looks like from the customer's perspective. When you do, you're going to see this message pop up. This is all about setting up on QuickBooks payments, which we'll cover in another video. I'm just going to exit out of that for a second, and let's go find that email. All right, so I have just found that, and here's this email that came in from QuickBooks. So you'll see it showing it came from UCE Test. So this would normally be a company name. So for us, we might say UCentric Solutions, and it's to that particular email address that I provided. So I guess it's not going to show in here, but even if I have her, it's not going to show my email address. But anyway, it went to my email address, and it attaches a PDF copy of that transaction so that they can view that. So I can click on that and view that as well. and I can print or save it. So pretty simple. It's already there. So in a matter of seconds, we've already communicated with the customer. If they have our invoice at hand, they can process that earlier. And we'll also look at how do you, I believe there's some settings here that you might want to take a look at when you're setting up your invoice. I'm going to go up to settings. I'm going to go to account and settings. And we're going to look at sales real quick. And you're going to have some options with like products or services, those kinds of things, what you want to show on that. And I was thinking at one point you had to select whether or not you wanted to show your PDF file. And I think maybe they just decided that that is the case. You're going to have the PDF copy of the file available to you, which makes a lot of sense. It's just much easier for everybody involved if a copy of that PDF attachment is included. So that's the steps. It's very simple to do this. You can even get it into batch actions, so you can do a bunch of invoices and you can actually click on batch actions, and you can send reminders manually, which is nice. Again, you're not sending a letter, you're not having to pick up the phone and make a call necessarily. You can set this thing up to automate for you. All right. So that's the steps to emailing your invoices. If you have any questions, comments, any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. We appreciate your time. Thank you.